I started having problems with my teeth. I had cancer, and during COVID, I was over-radiated. And I didn't know that 2 of my teeth blew up into my sinuses. The roots and the teeth basically went into my sinuses. So I had some problems, went to the dentist, had the teeth extracted from my sinuses, and was basically told, you need implants. Your teeth are just going to be expensive. So I looked at implants, and my implants would have cost me a minimum of $120,000 because of all of the grafting and the sinus lift and the work they would have had to do. So I started looking at other countries because a friend of mine suggested that. They lived in Germany, and she said, wow, even in Germany it's cheaper. So I thought, well, okay, let's, investigate. I'm a nurse, that's what I do, right? So I started investigating. And while in Germany, the prices were much cheaper than United States, I had also looked at other countries. Mexico, obviously, because it's the closest to us. Even Canada. I looked at the Philippines, Korea, and I looked at Egypt, Iran, and Istanbul, Turkey. And because I'm a former nurse, of course, my research is a little anal and stalkerish. I wanted to see how long each of the doctors had to do their residency, how many hours their education took, how many hours was in their lab, what were the programs that they had to go through, and what were the minimum requirements, and then were there any other requirements that could escalate a doctor's education. So, education-wise, the doctors in Turkey were the best educated in surgery. And they had more hours than American doctors. And American doctors, after German actually it was Turkish, German, and then American doctors. And Korean doctors. Some of them, it depends on what type of plastic surgery they do. They might have more hours than American doctors. But anyways, I digress. So I started looking at all these doctors. Now, I had for the past 8 years researched doctors in the United States, mostly in California, and had gone to over 20 appointments with these different doctors. Only one I had chosen to go to, and that was Dr. Chopra in Beverly Hills. Absolutely amazing. If I was going to do it in the United States, that's who I would have chosen to go to. And I'm sure there's lots of other doctors, but he's one of the ones that I got to interview with. I was very impressed. So I digress. I looked at the prices in Turkey, and they're literally 1/3 of the price here. Meaning, not only could I get my teeth done, but I could get a facelift, and I could get my body done from my breast cancer and everything. Since these are all going to be write-offs, and I also have all of the legal paperwork to write them off. So it doesn't say anywhere that you have to have your surgery done in the United States to write this off on your taxes. So I chose to have my surgery done in Turkey, and I chose to go with Care in Turkey. I felt that they were the best ones, and I was really impressed. So in April, I went, and I had my teeth extracted, and then I got some temporary dentures that I wore for 6 months. And when I went back, I had my implants put in, which are my teeth that you can see. And this first time I've ever had beautiful straight teeth in my life. I'm so excited. And that was done very well. And then a week later, I went and I got my facelift. Now, a couple of things I'd like to say. I got fractal, and I got a heavy fractal. That's why you see the swelling. I also was out in the sun 3 days prior to my facelift, and I probably should not have done that. That was my mistake. That was my bad. That was my everything. So, me being out in the sun, I probably had some kind of reaction to the fractal. Then that's what blew up my lips and everything. And that happens. And you know what? This is why you need to research. So this is my story. Basically, what I would highly recommend you do is research your doctors. Go on WhatsApp and look at the chats that they have for your doctors that you want to go and see. Okay?